Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And, well, I did a story 2 years ago in which I said that it was believed Nicola Sturgeon was a spy, that she was an agent of the intelligence services. I surmised that she was actually MI5 or MI6, something like that. It's been revealed, and this is absolutely stunning. I don't want to talk about being, the oracle at Delphi, because I wasn't quite right. I was right-ish. It appears that Nicola Sturgeon was an agent of the CIA. Yes, I know. I couldn't believe it either. There's a man called Craig Murray. He is an activist, a human rights campaigner, an author, and a journalist. He's written books, he's written articles and that, and he deals with what's going on in the world at a very high and deep level. And he has said that with the breakdown of US aid, it's been revealed, figures are coming out, that they've been involved in, how can we put this? Stirring up trouble, I suppose you could say. Interference, political interference in other countries. And he's accused the CIA, basically, of being the ones behind the whole of the gender stirring up in Scotland with regards to Nicola Sturgeon. And he's also saying that she was controlled by her USA CIA handlers. So she wasn't a CIA agent. She wasn't a CIA officer, but she was an agent of the CIA. He was speaking out, obviously, as I say, after it's been revealed, but that USAID had spent at least 40,000 on seminars on gender identity at the International Edinburgh Book Festival, of which, of course, Sturgeon is famous for attending, her and Big Val. Money was definitely changing hands, push this policy, knowing, not that they wanted the policy, but knowing that it would stir up the hornet's nest and it would lead to political instability. Ultimately, it seems, this is the real reason she went. Could it be that she was actually ordered to go by the CIA? They had no further use for her, but they needed to get someone else in so they could control them. Was Hamza Yousaf also a CIA agent? Is it the CIA who helped get his wife's family out of Gaza? These are questions now that need to be asked, because if they were, then these are people working, albeit for an ally, but still for a foreign power. Or as we like to call it, treason. You can still be treason, even if you're working for an ally. Now, he was responding to a report about the festival funding, and he said that it's very interesting. He says, and this is his words, he says, I am willing to bet it's just the tip of an iceberg of CIA activity to stoke gender policy division in Scotland in order to split the independence movement. Murray, 66, he was a diplomat and worked his way up through the Foreign and Commonwealth Office until he was posted as Britain's ambassador to Uzbekistan in 2002. He then later became a human rights lawyer after seeing what was going on around the world in his diplomatic role, wrote books and things, and journals and so forth. He says that the security forces of us and our allies have frequently turned a blind eye to human rights abuses for political expediency, and it sickened him, which is why he stopped being a diplomat and started fighting for human rights. I mean, this is a very serious man. This is not someone who's going to cast, aspersions like this without good cause, or certainly at least without some of the receipts, I would imagine. He said that he was taught on a course at MI6 that there are 3 methods to control an agent: bribe, indoctrinate, or blackmail. I'm quite sure all 3 of them were used widely in the leading figures of the SNP. He says the whole thing stinks of a psyop, the whole gender thing, and that's why at the end she had to go. She was forced into it, and then she realised that she was in a very bad position, so they got rid of her. He said, given those 3 things, indoctrination, bribery, and blackmail, he says, I see Sturgeon as likely one of those rare cases where all 3 combine. She was bribed, she was indoctrinated, but she was also blackmailed into doing it until they had no further need for her. And isn't it funny? He says that this came up, they were pushing independence all the way. Then the gender thing comes up and they were completely derailed and splitting the party, losing a leader, putting in a weak leader. He couldn't hack it. So they went back to Mr. Dependable John. You have to wonder what the CIA have on him. And we have speculated much in the past what the CIA have on John Swinney. Well, there we go. You've split the party. The CIA splits the Independence Party. They lose half their members. Their big backers, refuse to spend money. Independence is dead. Gotta say, well played, CIA. Well played. It's out of something out of a spy novel. John le Carré could write something like this. And here we are, living through it. I think Sturgeon needs to be picked up by the security forces and questioned at length. Let me know what you think. Isn't it stunning, though? This, it just beggars belief. But yeah, you can see, I can believe it. I mean, literally, it sounds fantastic. It sounds outrageous. But honestly, I believe it. God almighty, I'm just getting a little James Bond theme tune running through the back of my head. 003 and a half. Cranky. And yeah. Anyway, as I say, let me know what you think. Do you believe it? Do you believe she could have done it? Do you believe the CIA would do it? Let me know. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I am going off to make myself a nice come back down to earth cup of tea. Cheers. Bye.